Hey, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you. It's 10:37 a.m., 12/15/2023. That's Ruthie. She wants me to do that. Plus, she wanted me to make this video for you this morning. I was going to load up on Monday, going to Lincoln, Nebraska, but I got called up this morning and I got a little change of plans. I'm going to pick up today, and this load is going to deliver over in Denver. Windsor, then Denver. And this is styrofoam. Let me show you. So we're going to get this here styrofoam. Yeah, get a load of that. They're already starting to load. That's my stack right there. Truck is empty just yet, but we'll get to it. They'll get to it. And anyway, so yeah, that's what's going on. And so I come down here yesterday, and I was listening to music, wasn't really paying much attention to anything. And anyway, so they got a new scale house coming into Burley over here in Idaho. And now shut down the music and everything. I was paying attention, rolled down the window, and I didn't. Man, I heard an awful sound. It was like awful. I thought I had a. What it sounded like to me is it sounded like a tire had came loose and was tearing up my fenders back there on the back of the truck. And so I was like, wow. So I pulled over before you get to the scale in the lane coming in. Well. The officers there didn't like that anyway, but so I went around the truck. I couldn't find anything wrong with it. I got up underneath the trailer and looked up under the truck, and I seen something on the back wheel. I didn't know what it was. It was black and it was shiny. That's all I could find. So and the guy was yelling, "Hey, get back in your truck," and blah 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 blah. He was going off on me. So I really wasn't paying him any attention. That's not what was important to me. Anywho, so I got back in the truck and started easing forward, and sure enough, it was just awful. It sounded like, I don't know, I was thinking that it was a rear end, and I said, Lord, please don't let it be one of them rear ends. Please don't let it be something horrible. And then I thought, oh man, I'm in trouble now. Every time I make a prayer that it's not something horrible, it usually turns out to be something horrible. So anyway, so I got to the scale house, no problem. And then I went up to the second exit there in Burley, and I pulled off and I went into Kenworth, not to talk to them. I just wanted to get on some concrete so I could look up under the truck because everywhere was muddy. And so I got on that concrete and got to looking around. I couldn't see anything or find anything. And finally I noticed what it was. The front bracket on the fenders had broke where I have it mounted to the shackle. There's two studs come out, and it's got, so it comes down from there, and right where the shackles, where the two bolts go in, just right below that snapped. Oh man, I was like, oh man, I was so glad. My heart was hurting, you know what I mean? Especially after that bad thing that I did yesterday, eating the cinnamon rolls, huge as a steering wheel. So anyway, but it was such a relief to find out that it was just that. And so it's starting to get dark, and I came over here to where, pretty close to where I was going to load, but every parking spot was taken, and I was afraid something was going to get damaged. And then I saw this potato shed, and there was a truck parking spot there, and I went in there and said, hey, you mind if I go park my truck here? I have a broken fender, I need to fix it. And so she said, sure. Security guard said, sure, that's fine. So I got the welder out and welded it up, and had a pretty good gap in it, and so I used a bolt and then welded to both sides of that bolt, and crawled up under there, and I got some grease in my hair. I had to cut that out. It was a big chunk of grease after I was all done. Anyway, so I got it all welded up. I don't know how good it's going to hold. Hopefully it holds well enough for me to get to the house. I can take that bracket off and double it up and make it stronger. And so I got it welded up and got cleaned up and cut that grease out of my hair. And that was like right there. I don't know where, no telling how I got there, but anyway, so cut the grease out of my hair, and then I went down and talked to security and asked if it was okay if I parked, and she told me where I could park, and so I parked there all night. And I was expecting, like I said, to load on Monday, and so I got a phone call this morning and said, hey, that's why we were actually planning it that way, to see, because usually if you wait out you might get something else. So sure enough, we got this Denver load. I don't ever get loads out of Denver, so from there I'll head on over to Salina, Kansas, and then we'll work on getting a load towards the house somewhere, so get home for Christmas. It's slow out here. I don't think I'd be getting anything over Christmas. I'll keep my eyes open though. So anywho, so yeah, we got the welder taken care of, and then we got a new load. Let's see, what's paying here? Paying $3 a mile, 1,800 on 600 miles. So yeah, and then I'll have to figure in on my deadhead. So you know, I deadheaded 320 miles down here yesterday. So anyway, anyway, I've always taken a loss going back, especially here lately. So now you know. That's what's going on with Big Belly. And RC said, now I know why now I know why you guys named your channel Big Belly after the cinnamon incident. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I used to be very unhealthy, had kidney disease, weighed 245 pounds. I'm 5'8". So anyway, so I started sweating ammonia, and that's what told me something was going on. So I got in to see the doctor, and found out I had stage 3 kidney disease, and that's what led me to eating the way I eat. I don't eat past 9 o'clock, and don't eat again until 12 o'clock the next day. So and then stay away from carbs and sugar, and eat and fried foods. And so anyway, so now I'm down to 170 and feeling healthy, and I went back and I don't even have CKD. I don't have kidney disease anymore. So hold on.
Denver's going to be your...
So they just wanted to verify how I wanted my load on there. I'm going to do Windsor first, then drop down and do the Denver second, and head on to Salina. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. Have lots of fun wherever you are. God bless, and keep your fenders on. Later.